Look, my favorite is basically he said, "I know what con artist you are, honey. I'm the same one." Like it's basically what he said in a nutshell. Like I'm pulling the same con you're playing. Like don't try to con me. Have some professional courtesy, darn
How
it.
perfect is George Sanders in this movie for this role? I mean,
Oh,
he's built to play the sheer con incarnate, just built for it.
yeah.
Um, Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chicago Cinephiles podcast. I am your co-host, Daniel. Joining with me, as always, is James and Steven. I didn't get the black memo, but fellas, how we doing today?
Well, it's a theater movie,
Feeling,
Or
you
are we?
yeah.
We got black because it's Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Well,
Oh,
Love Sucks party, the Galentine's Day party. Yeah, that's what we're doing. No, it's the theater, the theater, the theater.
And I apologize to our fans. I'm a little under the weather right now, so I'll be a little more low key. So I've asked my
But your beard looks fabulous. So that's all.
I've asked my coworkers to, or my co-host to step in there and help me
Mm,
out a little bit. And it's funny because you guys used to be my coworkers,
that's true.
or still are.
wait. What? What did I
What
missed one
happened today
day?
at work? Hold on. What?
But yeah, we got a good one for you today, fellas. Today we are finally got a good movie. We are doing All About Eve. So, 75 years ago, which is crazy to think 1950 was 75 years ago, but or 76 technically now.
All
But
about
anyway,
you.
on that note, let's hop right in. So, All About Eve was based on a 1946 short story and subsequent radio drama called The Wisdom of Eve. It was
Mm-mm.
released October 13th, 1950. It's got quite a few celebrities. I know I'm probably going to miss a few, but I'm just going to hit the main ones. Betty Davis as Margot Channing, Ann Baxter as Eve, or spoiler, Gertrude. Uh,
Levinsky.
George Sanders as Addison DeWitt, Celeste Holm as Karen Richards, Gary Merrill as
Carol.
Bill Simpson, and then I just got to shout her out for the cameo because Steven loves her. Marilyn Monroe as Claudia, and then also Thelma Ritter. So we got to give her a little credit there
All
too.
right. Yeah. The bed looks like a dead animal act.
I'm starting to wonder if Steven likes this movie more than Casablanca, and he's lied to me our entire friendship.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think because it was a better film for me, it's just because what it says. But I could watch this movie so many times. I have it on the background all the time. Just love it. Just love it. Love it. Love it. So good.
Even employed the same strategies in theater as this movie. It was his blueprint for his theatrical rise.
Yes. One of my jobs when I took over for the person who had been there for 10 years, every time he saw me afterwards, he'd go, "Eve, Eve, Eve,
Oh
little
wow,
Miss Evil."
that's
Yeah, it was
that's funny.
don't give him
Um,
chances there.
so it did have a budget of 1.4 million, and it made about 8.4
Wow.
million. Thankfully, it did get recognized right away. It had 14 nominations, the only film in history to receive four female acting nominations, which is pretty impressive.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
It won six, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor, Best Screenplay, Best Costume, Black and White, and Best Sound Recording.
Wow.
And when the U.S. Library of Congress established the National Film of Registry, it was among one of the first 25 films that were selected for preservation and conservation.
Boy, that says a lot, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Yeah.
AFI has it number 16 all time was on their top 100 list.
Amazing.
I think that's probably about accurate if I had to think about it. Somewhere
Hmm.
in that range, 10 to 15 is where I'd put it.
Yeah.
As long as it, doesn't come before, Cimarron, because that
Yeah.
really is.
Or Lion King 2.5, straight to VHS. Thank you for laughing, Stephen.
Dude, where's my car? How about that
Yeah,
one?
yeah. So now, all right. So now Steven's going to give us a summary of his favorite movie of all time. Steven, take it away.
Okay, this is a little much, but just deal with it. Everything about the iconic backstage film All About Eve is intensely sharp. From its razor tipped dialogue, full of pointed barbs and cutthroat wit, to the searing sting of broken trust that comes from the kill or be killed, fame at any cost, flick level of ambition that slowly makes itself known as the story unfolds. Margot Channing is a legendary Broadway actress on stage and an infamous theater diva both on stage and off. She is at the top of her career and slowly coming to terms with her middle age as it affects both her career and her relationship with her younger boyfriend, famed theater director Bill Sampson. Enter meager and mousy Uber fan Eve Harrington, who has seen every performance of Margot's current play and who slowly begins to ingratiate herself into Margot, insinuating herself into every aspect of Margot's existence, causing Margot to unravel as she desperately tries to reveal Eve's treachery while holding on to her life and career. All About Eve is the ultimate backstage drama depicting the raw ugliness of limitless aspiration and the true cost of success and fame. Ta-da.
Perfect, Steven. Thank you so much. This is why I pay you the big bucks. I would have been like, jealous broad is off stage, mad.
It's this jealous broad. She's like coming around the theater sometimes, down there.
So we've already done what happened during this year because we did All About Eve, but I'll just touch base
You did
again.
Sunset Boulevard.
Sunset. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Sunset Boulevard. So in January of 1950, Republic of India was born. February, Senator Joseph McCarthy says communists are in the State Department. In February, the Disney celebrate. February Disney Cinderella opens in theaters. In March, the FBI's top 10 list debuts with Eve Harrington number 4.
Gertrude Slavinsky. Gertrude Slavinsky.
To be fair, I feel like Norma Desmond would be probably like number 2 on that list of the 1950. In June, and then in June, the Korean War began. I didn't really go full in depth. There's more. If you guys want to see that, go back to our Sunset Boulevard reaction for those.
Boulevard, yes.
But now we are going to move on to my favorite section, which is the fun facts. I get to learn because I'm the dumb host or MC or whatever. So, fellas, give me some facts.
Do you want to hit it, James? Yeah, I'm sure you have some fun stuff. What do you have?
Yes, I'll go ahead. So this cracked me up. So Betty Davis implored Joseph Makowitz to write a sequel that would that would focus on the characters of Margot and Bill, played by her lover on and off screen, Gary. Gary Merrill. Many years after she was many years later, after she and Merrill had married and divorced, Davis ran into Makowitz at a party and said to him, "Joe, you could forget the sequel. I've played it; it doesn't work." And that just cracked me up. But like,
that's good.
That
They
cracked me up.
talk about a showman that went too long. I mean, really, they fell in love with each other's characters. They really did.
Yeah, and they were married like a couple weeks after their premiere, so it's like they fell in love on the set and they were like married, like. But yeah. That cracked me up. That cracked me up.
Oh my god, I love it.
Steven, what about you?
There are just a few things that I love that the first one is this was initially going to be Margot Channing was initially going to be Claudette Colbert, but she was filming Three Came Home. She was hospitalized for an injured back, so with days to go before 2 weeks actually before the studio would start, they reached out to Gertrude Lawrence. Gertrude Lawrence wanted to do it, but she didn't want to be drunk or smoke. Yeah, hello, you're, Margot Channing. And she wanted to sing a torch song in the middle of the Bill's welcome home party about Bill. So Mankiewicz was like, no. So then they reached out to Betty Davis, who had a history of sort of, it's ripping up scripts and rewriting them before she started, and really taking writers and directors to task. And she didn't touch the script. She said it was perfect as is, and she was a blessing to Mankiewicz. She said he loved working with her on this.
That's impressive.
Take
that, Kim Carnes.
Kim Kardashian. Hello.
No, Kim, Kim Carnes? Sings Betty Davis size?
Betty Davis size. There you go. You're right. And it needs you. Oh, Oh my. What do you anything else, James, or what else do you have?
So not Greg. George Sanderson is a man after my own heart.
Yes. What do you want?
Apparently he would go in between scenes and like just straight up nap. And like would come home. And Ann Baxter later remarked that sometimes he was still a sleepy actor look, when he's doing his scenes. So he had to like shoot it like 7 times in order for it to get it right, so the character was like awake, because he would literally take power naps, or like I'm guessing hardcore naps, so he could like in between scenes. Like that cracked me up. That is a man after my own heart.
Oh my god, I love that so much. I really love that so much. To another thing about the screenplay, it was the first screenplay to be published in hardcover format. It was published by Random House in 1951.
Wow.
And Joseph Mankiewicz's direction to Betty Davis on how to play Margot, that she said was perfect, was he said, treat your mink coat like it's a poncho. That's how she treats things, Like when she comes out and says, one earring. If it's not fashion, it's going to be. I can't find the other one. Like she's just not. And then she finds her mink coat under the chair. Like it's hilarious to me. And the two things I wanted to point out there aren't really fun facts, but they are to me anyway. When there's a harp case backstage that you can see as Eve enters the theater with Karen. To meet Margot for the first time, and you can see it when Bill is turning down Eve's advances when she's done her performance. The case has block letters that say "handle with care." So she's walking the theater, you see this "handle with care," which I love. Kind of touches.
That's a cool touch, yeah.
And when Margot is drunkenly walking up the stairs to go to her bedroom, the music changes to stormy weather. Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Just little things like that just make me so happy. But the handle with care thing, you can't unsee it once you see it now.
That's pretty good, actually.
And this was originally going to be called Best Performance until Daryl Zanuck, who was producing it, said, look at the beginning monologue by George Sanders, but more about Eve later. All about Eve, in fact. That's where the title came from. So we could go on forever.
Thank you, fellas, for that.
You're an honorary homosexual for loving this film, James. I want to tell you.
Let's. Am I not one?
Well, you love it, but come on. You're one for many other reasons. So we'll just go into it later.
All right. On that note, let's move into the bulk of the episode, guys. So, did you guys buy Eve's initial innocence at the beginning of the film for your first time watching it?
I am so happy you asked this question, because I wasn't sure how I was going to work this in. On watching this the first few times I watched it, I really thought Ann Baxter almost overplayed her hand, because that kind of breathiness is almost like you're like, God, you're really playing the ending. Like you can tell she's really cuckoo pants, from a minute begins. But I was a part of a theater that did a reading of this for a benefit performance, a concert reading of it, full script. And the actress who played Eve played it very innocently. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You have to kind of know who's the cray-cray in the corner over there. You have to really go, well, something's wrong with her. Because then you're like, what are they going to figure it out? You know, that kind of thing. There's something about Baxter being a little heightened in this whole performance, as she is in everything. Let's just face it. I mean, watch her in the Batman episode. You know, come on, she's really heightened. But in this performance especially, she really has to be. And that breathiness that kind of drops every once in a while. You better sit down. You look a bit wobbly. You know, that kind of stuff that she does. I just love it. I love it. What do you think, James? Did you think she was believable?
I mean, when I first watched this many years ago, like, yes, I totally bought into it because, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just that dense and didn't realize about the breathing and stuff like that. Like, I kind of got like something up, a little bit later on that we could discuss later. But like, the initial thing, I was like, oh, they're going to destroy this poor woman because she's this sweet woman from Wisconsin, and they're going to destroy her and use her as a pet. Like, that was my initial thought, but I didn't actually when I first saw it. Now, obviously, after rewatching this for like I don't know how many times, like the fourth or fifth time, like you see it coming.
Oh, wow. What about you, Daniel? What did
Yeah,
you think?
I bought it because Steven, you talk about the breathiness, but to me, I didn't pick up on that because I didn't know if that was just a 1950s acting technique.
Oh, I see what you're
Because you know how
saying.
they're like over dramatic, like watching them kiss is like watching them eat like a watermelon. It's like, what in the world? Yeah, exactly. It's just like that. So it's like I totally bought it. But then when Thelma Ritter's character, who I adore her as an actress, you know, mainly because she's
Yep.
in Rear Window, and she's spot on right away. But when she started having suspicions, I was like, okay, do I have my Rear Window glasses on, or do I have my All About Eve glasses on?
You want an argument or an answer? Now you want an argument. Like she just sees right through her, you
Well,
know.
James, I'll ask you because Stephen answered a question about what signs. When did you start to distrust Eve?
When she started working for them and did like an amazing job and seemed to love every minute, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"You're an assistant to a temperamental movie actor. No way in heck you could be this happy." But that is kind of where I thought, okay, there's something a little off. And then, like, the imitations like she starts to do. That's when I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, there's something a little off. I can't wait to see where this goes. But I guess she's not going to be like spit out and shoot out. Like, that's kind of what I started to think.
Um, this just goes back to this is just more life in general. But have you guys ever felt something, but everyone around you thought you were crazy? Like, for example, Margot was trying to tell people this girl is nuts, and nobody believed her.
Okay, I have something.
Love it.
Oh yeah.
It drove me nuts, and it does have a happy ending. Just for reference. Okay, so I used to work at a theater house that did old shows like productions like theater, not movies, like but Rent, all that
Yeah.
stuff, Chicago, all that fun stuff. So I used to be an usher there, and I always worked the balcony. There was this time where I was looking at this lady, and I was like, there's something going to happen, and it's going to go terribly wrong. I don't know what it is, but she doesn't look quite right.
Mm.
You know, I was like 16 or 17 at the time, and like I like it's like let's get an adult because let's face it, I was a dumb teenager. Like noticed something, and I was like, let's bring this up. And they're like, oh no, she's fine. It's don't worry about it. And I was
That's
like, I think we should get like someone around just in case. And they were like, you're being dramatic. Just
oh God, what did she
go sit
do?
down.
Oh God.
She's passed out, went to sleep,
Mm.
and her left like her like face was like not moving. So I was like, oh, so so we had to call an ambulance, and I was like, this is like the most hallowed victory. So then whenever I pointed somebody out in the theater that I thought like something terrible is going to happen, they took it for a grain of
Of
salt,
course.
which a couple years later when I worked there, we had another event, and they actually called the ambulance because of my thing, and they actually had a medical team close and like right
Ready
there.
for wow. So if
So
you ever start saying, Stephen, you look like your face is gonna fall off, maybe you'll help me to
Why weren't you there at
my
Ford's
point of
Theater
control.
for our American cousin? That's when we really needed you. back in
I
I've
mean,
always
1860.
denied the
I was working a different theater. Like, you know,
That's one of the best lines of the whole movie. I've always denied the rumor that you were at Our American Cousin the night Lincoln was shot. I don't think that's funny. Like that's
What is that
hilarious from this movie.
Oh, it is. I don't remember that part.
But I had a boyfriend who, when he would get drunk, would get he would he would hit a place where I'd go, oh, this is not going to be good. In about 2 3 hours, this is going to be horrific. And he was just the life of the party. Everybody loved him, and I was like, oh, you could just see it in his eyes. It was the same with, honestly, if I'm being honest, with my mother. When I knew was something coming, I could see it in her eyes, and everyone thought everything was great, and I'm like, oh no, we've got about 2 or 3 hours before things are going to get really crazy.
Real bumpy.
Yeah, bumpy doesn't even begin. Jagged is more. But you know, to go back to your other question about knowing Eve, there's little moments like when she's bowing with the dress, and Betty Davis goes out and goes, Eve, and she turns around like really. It's an 11. It's not within the bounds of the film, that the style she's doing in certain places. She's really over the top, and it totally works. It totally, when she jerks around with the thing, or even just the fact that she, calls, um, Margot's boyfriend, arranges for the call for his birthday, tell her, and I sent him a telegram myself, and then arranges the party, there's so much that's really over, but I love Ann Baxter in this movie. I think she's just genius, just genius. What about you, Daniel? Do you like her?
What?
Or was there anything that you ever had that you saw something nobody ever believed?
I can't think of anything right now, top of my head. But if something comes to mind, I'll be sure to chime in later.
Right away. So
what'd you say?
You knew I was gay right away, so that was good.
No, I didn't exactly.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Well, I just don't assume. You know what I mean?
God
I look for you as who you are, Stephen.
Oh my!
Not as how you say your S's.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you.
Now I trip over your handbag, Pauline, but on the way there, it's like
your purse is on fire, honey.
Okay, so how is Margot and Eve similar, and how are they different, if they are different?
I would imagine Margot, to get where she has gotten, has been just as ruthless with many people's lives. She even says it. The things you let go of on your way up the ladder, you forget you're going to need them when you come down. She really has pushed, and you can tell because of her behavior off stage. You can tell by what her friends say. We've seen you like this before. Is it over, or is it just beginning?
Yeah.
She is that persona 24/7, and people sort of excuse it because she does great things, but also it makes people go, you know what? I can't take this tonight. No, thank you. So I think she's very much got a little bit of Eve in her, which is probably why it scares 100%. Even more to go, oh, this woman could take over.
James?
I think Margaret definitely saw herself in that character. It's like, I've been through this. Like when you have experience and things, you're like, oh, I know exactly where this is going. He's gonna take me out. Like, it's like a Quentin Tarantino film where you like take out the young kid, and the kid, you take out the father, and the kid's gonna come back for you. Like, that's gonna happen. But like,
exactly,
I 100%, like, they are, I think, very similar, if not identical people.
Agreed.
I don't know if Margot would have gone as far as Eve has gone. I think there's some things that Eve has done that I don't think Margot would have crossed, maybe. But there's certain, because she is just out there with what she's done,
Well, to be fair, we don't know if Margot is her real name or personality. Who knows? It could have just been in a fiction too. We don't really know. Like, we get to see them in different parts.
I think it's very telling that Addison and Eve that Addison sees Eve as someone who is on his side, who is just like him, who is using other people to get what he wants. And then when she tries to deny it, are Eve, dear, this is Addison. Are you trying to, act like I'm one of those people you play tricks
I
on?
know
No,
who
no,
you
no.
are.
I know.
Yeah.
And when he
Yeah.
hits her and she opens the door, you're too short for that gesture. It cracks me up. Oh my
Look,
God.
look, my favorite is basically he said, I know what con artist you are, honey. I'm the same one. Like, it's
It's
basically what he said in a nutshell. Like, I'm pulling the same con you're playing. Like, don't try to con me. Have some professional courtesy, darn
how
it.
perfect is George Sanders in this movie for this role? I mean,
Oh,
he's built to play the sheer con incarnate, just built for it.
yeah.
Um, Now this next question might be difficult for Steven, but I want you guys to tell me what your favorite quote of the movie is. I got one.
Okay.
Ugh.
Can I be? Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, go ahead, James. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be cliche. I know it's such a great line, and I know it comes from the movie. I know it's the top line, but fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a bumpy night. Like I love that line so much.
Hey, there's a
Like
reason why it's famous. That's okay to say that, honestly.
I'm such a basic person when it comes to the quote movie.
Mine's
That move that is not about cars because there weren't really seatbelts in cars at the time. It was about air travel.
what I was
Just
thinking. I didn't think about cars. I think it's just a fitting. Like I think it's
yeah,
just a fitting.
fashion.
Like
Yes, amen.
um. So mine is at the end of the movie where Margot goes up to her and says, "You can always put that award where your heart ought to
Harder
be."
to be.
That's a good line
Like
too.
I laughed so hard when I heard that line again. Like I'd forgotten about it at the very end. It's like yes.
I have to say that mine is a Margot Addison line. When Addison walks into the party, Bill's welcome home party, Margot says, "I distinctly remember Addison crossing you off my guest list. What are you doing here?" Addison says, "Dear Margot, you are unforgettable, Peter Pan. You must play it again." You were an unforgettable Peter Pan. You
That's such a
must play.
random line. It's like
It's so bitchy. I'm like,
it really
oh
is.
God. And even Addison's introduction. For those of you who do not read, attend the theater, listen to unsponsored radio programs, or know anything of the world in which you live, it may be necessary for me to introduce myself. I mean, just so bitchy. God, so funny.
And YouTube, that is he's saying witchy, not the B word. So we don't get censored. So we don't get censored. Um so how does the film portray the pressure on women to maintain youth and beauty in Hollywood to remain relevant? It's kind of ironic that two of the biggest movies that year talked about age.
Yeah. It's like the what's her name? Last year's Oscar nominee, the one about the elder actress, Demi Moore's movie. Where she gets she gets that thing injected inside of her. That movie and that performance were shut out by a young woman playing a prostitute. This is so telling to me because I thought that performance was just stellar. Demi Moore in that movie, and that movie in general for being such a different kind of movie. I think the only thing that could quite possibly, show the horrors of a woman trying to stay young or trying to just be the age she is, and not just this career, but any career. The only thing that tells a better story about it would be Sunset Boulevard of the same year. You're right.
Yep. Yep.
You know, and she's 40. Hell, we're talking about Gloria Swanson, or is 50 in that. But not there's nothing wrong with being 50. Not if you're not nothing wrong with trying to be 25. Not if you're 50 or whatever the line is. And here she's only 40. 44. Oh, she says.
Which
Oh,
me and James are getting close to being.
yeah.
I'm
Not
gonna start
Yeah.
me.
doing Botox injections so I can still look young.
Yeah, no, I think that I think it portrays it very well. Obviously, like it's not a good sign, obviously, but I think it's even more than just Hollywood. It's life, like because I know like working with Steven, he's taught me and kind of opened my eyes to this about, ageism and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, and the part is like, I guess in Hollywood, they don't really think there's an excuse for it because I'm not going to hire you for 20 years for a movie. Whereas like in corporate America, I kind of understand. It's like, okay, you want somebody who's going to live 20 years, but yeah, it's
And
like,
you see it again and again. You see it like there was the movie Punchline with Sally Field and Tom Hanks, where they're playing like love interests and equals, and the next movie they're in together, she's playing his mother, like a year later. Come on. Jack Nicholson in As Good as It Gets is about 107 years older than what's her name, Helen Hunt. I mean, would never work the other way, but for somehow we get these, vastly older men playing, you know, it's very
yeah,
telling. Hasn't changed at all. Very telling for women. When I talk about ageism in front of 60-year-old women, they go, "Yeah, get in line, honey." you know, what are you talking about? Give me a break.
yeah.
So it's very true.
Um, okay, this is probably a question directed to Steven, but I'll let everybody answer it, obviously. But I know Steven loves him some Addison. As the critic and the narrator, do you think that Addison is a puppet master or just simply documenting Eve's rise to fame?
I think he sees an opportunity and takes it. I think he knows what she can be. And what is it he says? She goes, "It's an understudy's performance. It'll be forgotten tomorrow." But you should say something about it. Well, how could I? I'm less than nobody. I'm somebody. You certainly are. I mean, he really sees the way in, and he actually knows he can manipulate her, which he does brilliantly. So he can get what he wants. Which maybe is a beard, but definitely is more power in the industry. Now he's got this sort of, hanger on who's this great actress. I don't think Margot ever would have become that to Addison, but he definitely, and he sees her almost immediately,
Mm.
hanging, you know, and knows who she is. That was a stupid lie, you know. So I think
Yeah,
he,
the one
he
about her saying she was married and stuff. Like anybody can look that up. Basically.
what was your boyfriend's name? Eddie. Eddie what? I'm going to the shower now.
Eddie boyfriend.
Eddie boyfriend. Eddie Glass. Eddie Glass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. James, what do you think?
I mean, I feel like I think Steven's right. He sees an opportunity and he just gently persuades and sets everything up. Like, maybe like an extra 10 minutes. This might pay out in spades. Let me put 10 minutes of extra work in like manipulating the situation. Like, I honestly do think he is somewhat of a little bit of a puppet master,
Oh yeah.
but that's because I think it was just easy for him to do and it was convenient. Like, oh, I think
Yeah.
I might make some extra bucks off of this, so I might as well put some little time in it.
And now that you say that, I mean, he obviously is doing something similar with the Miss Caswell. Trying introducing her around the party, and see that man. That's Max Fabian. He's a producer. Go and make him. Why do they look like unhappy rabbits? Go and make him happy. So he's obviously working that whole line with actresses quite a bit.
So is he a great well my question is he a great theater critic, or does he keep spotting all these new up and coming people, or is he manipulating the situation so he can claim that he's the one that discovered them first and
There,
manipulate it?
I
That's
think a
what
little.
I think would be
Yeah,
more.
you're
And
probably right.
does he want to marry the other ones? Why does he only want to marry Eve?
He might it's like, I need to settle down now, you know
I
I
mean,
did.
if
Hollywood
Addison
divorce should
Red
be like
isn't gay,
4 years.
who is. I mean,
I
come on.
I do feel like a lot of times, especially in sports, like when coaches have these like prodigies, like they obviously bank on it, and then like so like in this case, like Eve would then feed into Phoebe, and Phoebe would feed into whoever's next, and so I think it's his way of also staying relevant and not aging out like Margot's doing.
You're so right. You're so right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's like, "Oh, you're with Eve? Okay, I care about your opinion. You're not just some washed up, nobody."
And I love how you can see that Phoebe is just as devious as Eve
Oh,
when
she's
she goes,
worse.
you know, oh, it was the taxi man. Doesn't say it was Addison at the door. I brought your award in.
But to be fair, would she have known him?
Oh yeah, and I think he introduces himself
Does he? I
first.
couldn't remember, like, because I remembered thinking that, like, was
Thank
it?
you, Mr. DeWitt, or something like that.
Is that
Like, you
okay?
know me.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who
Yeah,
are
and
you?
then he has that little
Phoebe.
smile.
Phoebe. I call myself Phoebe. She says, of course you do.
Um,
I'm gonna call myself Phoebe from now on. It'd be good.
and then it's kind of funny because I wonder, like, was Eve the president of the Margot Club in high school? It's
Ah,
like Phoebe is. Let's move into
Oh,
Phoebe.
she's no president of. She is no president. That was a lie.
Oh, I think she is.
I think she is. I think she's just as much as an Uber fan.
Yeah,
You know, because
she's
she
just
Oh,
knows
younger.
really?
everything.
I thought this was just a lie
I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but I don't know why you would
to
make it a lie.
justify to make sure you're not creeped out when you had somebody in your house in the middle of the night.
Well, yeah, I
Like
understand
that would
Fair
be
enough.
no, I'm not. I'm not this crazy stalker. I'm the president of your
of your
fan
fan.
club.
Yeah, that's great.
Like,
Yeah,
Security.
how'd that work out in Misery, Annie?
He wouldn't get out of the cock-a-doodie car.
Okay, so let's move on to Phoebe then. What do we think of the ending scene with Phoebe? And then do we
I
think it's implying so do we so I'm specifically referring to the mirror shot when you see hundreds of her. To me that implies a cycle of manipulation.
I think
Like it
I don't,
shows there's hundreds of Phoebes in the future.
and that Phoebe will beget someone else and will beget someone
Well,
else.
that's what
There's
I'm
always
saying. Like it's like a
taking over.
like I'm saying I think it's showing like there's generations
Yeah,
within that, that's just going to keep it's like rabbits.
and
oh,
unhappy. But yeah, I mean that's the thing is when you're the up and comer, you're not really thinking about being the young thing that's the new model. But especially for women, it takes what 10, 15 years, and all of a sudden you're the standard model, and we want something
Mm.
newer. If not less. I mean, look at the, what women play in what movies.
Well, it's like
What is it?
Estelle Getty was younger than everybody on the team, and she played the oldest person. She played the mom. It's like what?
In First Wives Club, what Goldie Hawn says there's three ages in Hollywood: babe, district attorney, and driving Miss Daisy. That's it.
Well,
True, true,
I
true.
don't think Margaret, whatever her name, or what's her name, Marsha, or what's the
Mark,
girl name from Law and Order, Mariska, whatever. I don't.
Architect.
Yeah, I don't think she's got that memo because she's still the private detective
Oh
at
yeah,
80.
she is.
James, what do you think about it?
I think it's like there's always somebody coming up, and there's all these main actresses. They're basically training their replacement without realizing it, being really
Hmm.
friendly. And I think it just cycle keeps repeating. And I think it's like how you get like, you know, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Like
Yeah.
how you could just go around that. Like, because I think that's kind of what it is implying. Like everyone knows everyone else. Like, despite what community is, like the theater community and like whatever area you're in, the movie industry, like everyone knows everyone else.
Hmm.
And like, you
Especially for
know,
your type. If you are a type,
Hmm.
whatever your type is, when you go to those auditions, you see the same people every time. Oh, hi, Bill. You ready for this one? I mean, it's the same
So,
people.
Steven, were you filmed for Brad Pitt roles? Because you're the
I
same. Like,
If you could see my headshot from 1995, you would die. I called it my Kate Moss shot. It was very, very subdued, very, demure. And people were like, "That is so not you. That is such a bad headshot." I'm like, "Well, shut up." I'm trying, But it was definitely Kate Moss. I'll have to show it to you at some point.
please.
yes,
Yeah, if you,
please. I will
Like,
throw it in the episode if you want
that'll
to.
be our background next week.
but it's very true. The one sentence, I think it was Stephen Sondheim who always said this, and it made me laugh. That keeps coming up for me about the theater community and this movie is he used to say it's not enough that that we succeed, all of our friends must fail. I mean, to me, that's exactly what this movie is. You know what I mean? All of our friends must fail. And then you're happy. Long as you've got the success and they're suffering, everybody's happy. It's so true.
But you're the big shot that throws some people some crumbs and like, here, I'm gonna put you in, like I'll get you, like, don't worry, I'll get a part for you. And then you realize they're gonna fill in for you one day, and then boom, you're no longer on the
Yeah,
top.
exactly. Exactly. Don't be too good.
I think that's very specific for the theater world because like I come from a sports background. Even like me playing Magic the Gathering, if a new
Mhm.
player shows up, I want to teach them how to play Magic. I want because like I'm not because there's more than one role. You're not like the star or whatever. So it's just
Well,
funny
I
how
would
it's
say
just
that sentence is true for people who are the nitty-gritty people who are really horrible. I mean, to me, the truly talented people I've ever worked with have always wanted the best for the people they're working for.
exactly yeah.
They want you to be good because they know that if you're good, they're better.
Hmm.
And they seriously are rooting for you. Truly talented people do that. They have talent. They don't need to,
They're not
show it
they're
off.
not intimidated by you. It's like okay,
Yeah, they're looking for talent. They're hoping for talent. So you're right.
who do you guys think wins in the end?
I think
She,
Margot gets what she wants. I mean, I
Yeah,
think she definitely wins, and I think once Eve gets to where she wants to be, she realizes she's not only trapped by Addison, but trapped in the same circle that she was trying to get into. Now
but she technically wins too, in my opinion, because she got what she wanted.
you know, but you could like there's a spark, and here, take this to the party. That's what the party's for. She's you know the beginning Eve would have, oh, thank you so much.
Hmm.
Although I'm going to Hollywood, my heart will stay here. All that crap. You know.
honestly, I don't think anyone lost in this movie. I think everyone
Hmm.
won. Like the
Especially
crazy
Karen.
manipulative.
Karen.
Here, like I think
Yeah.
everyone won. Phoebe, it doesn't matter. Like Phoebe, the critic, everyone wins.
They
Like I
won
don't
what
think
they want. Yeah,
That's
they
very
won
true.
like what they wanted. It's not like they got to the top and they realized the top sucks.
And I want to say one thing about not only is the screenplay just bitingly perfect for what it is, but also the direction. There are pieces of direction in this movie that just tickle me. Like when Margot goes downstairs to see Bill right before the party, she's going to all the candy dishes and she's looking at them during their argument, and she picks up a piece of chocolate and she puts it down. And she picks a piece of chocolate and puts it down. And then right before she's going to explode, she screams at him and then shoves a piece of chocolate in her mouth because she's just so done. Cut, print, what happens to the next one? It's so funny to me, little things like that.
yeah.
Or when he says, you're a brilliant and you're a beautiful woman, a body with a voice, a beautiful woman and a talented actress. And she has nothing to say. She just accepts it. Like she keeps fighting him. Okay, well, you're right about that. you know, so good. And and one of the best lines of the whole movie. I'll go buy you a drink. I admit I'm past my prime, but I'm not to be had for the price of a cocktail, like a salted peanut. I mean, just it never. This really was a great. And I would suggest to anybody out there who hasn't, the last season podcast of Turner Classic Movies was about the creation and the filming of Cleopatra with Joseph Mankiewicz, and it really has a lot of information about him prior to that movie and how that movie really destroyed him. So I
Hmm.
mean, this movie and Letter to Three Wives, he won Best Director and Best Screenplay 2 years in a row. Two Academy Awards for 2 years. Pretty damn good. You know.
So the final takeaway that I just kind of want to what I
Hmm.
like to I guess I'm the odd one in the group because I usually like to watch a reaction of someone who watches the movie for the first time to get
Yeah.
their thoughts and just see
Yeah.
like and I watched this guy who I really like he watched it for the first time. Like it was like 4 or 5 years ago, so obviously it's old now. But I just rewatched it just after I rewatched the movie. I watched that again just because I like to see people's like initial first reaction. And he made a
Mm-hmm.
really good point. He was very. He's like at first he's like I was very upset that we didn't actually get to see Eve on stage. He said, and then I realized the whole movie was her on stage. And so I just think that appreciates like that shows how good her acting was. The
Mhm.
whole movie was her acting this innocent role.
Yeah, you're totally right.
So I just
And
think
that
that's
whole,
just
Yeah.
that whole innocent thing, well, when you're a secretary at a brewery, everything is beer. Like, oh, come on, sister, really? Putting it on a little heavy, don't you think? I mean,
I
that's
mean,
what I thought
alrighty.
I
first.
would talk nonstop about beer at a brewery.
The tough question.
Oh, see, this is hard.
Did it deserve to win? We've had this conversation before for this year, but I want you guys to let me know your thoughts on it.
I don't even remember what my answer was, but gosh.
Okay, I do remember. So if you guys want, for me, I had not seen Sunset Boulevard
Oh, wow.
Right, that's right.
before watching it, and I was all about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was like, there's no way that movie would surpass this movie.
Yeah.
And I think Sunset Boulevard does a better job. Like, I honestly do. This movie is also great. Like, I think it's one of
Mm-hmm.
those years where I'm happy either way,
Mhm.
but like, Sunset Boulevard is more of a, I don't know. I'm also a theater person. So, like, Sunset
Mm-hmm.
Boulevard, I like that style of movie, kind of film noir, like all that fun stuff. Like, it makes me happy to watch that movie, and like
Mm-hmm.
can't believe I slept on it for so long. But All About Eve, like, yeah, either one, you can't go wrong. Like, I'm
Yes,
not
right.
mad
I mean,
that
so
Sunset
many of the
Boulevard didn't win
movies
or All About Eve.
so many movies this year. I mean, Adam's Rib, Born Yesterday, so many great movies and really great performances by women in this year. Around the so many, you know. But I mean, it's hard to choose between the two of them, isn't it? I mean, what do you think, Daniel? Are you a Sunset person?
Oh, 100%. I'm with James. And I think it's because everyone knows the jealous, like,
Yeah.
superstar like that to me that's like almost as old as Romeo and Juliet.
Mm.
Having someone because I think the reason I like Sunset Boulevard is because the way he slowly was trapped into not being able to leave.
Oh yeah,
The car
yeah.
got taken
Yeah.
away. Now at the end, he obviously chose to stay, but but like the car got taken away, and then she wasn't paying him like she said. So like to me, and then honestly, I think Sunset Boulevard. I think the final scene is the best scene, almost one of the best scenes in
Yes.
history. The
Mm.
way it just like I'm
I
ready for
mean,
my close
her
up.
mad scene when she's like, love never
God,
leaves the star.
and I think she honestly, I think Gloria Swanson acted so like, which is crazy to say, but I think she acted so much better than Betty Davis and Baxter in this movie. And that's not I'm not knocking those two. That's just why to me, Sunset Boulevard was almost I hate to say life changing because that's
Mm-hmm.
to me that's kind of silly, but I'll be honest with you. The first time I watched All About Eve, Steven made me watch it about 4 or 5 years ago.
You're like,
I struggled. I had to like watch it in sections because I kind of got bored with all of
mm,
the I don't know, just the
yeah.
dialogues, like the you can go and cut this out, but the bitchy dialogues, like I don't care for that kind of stuff, all that. And so for me, it's just like, but Sunset Boulevard, I was hooked from the moment. Like James said, like even the opening scene when they film him in the water, the body floating, like that's insane for 1950.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway,
and the shot from below,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
shot from
Like,
below. Yeah,
I'm not mad either way. It's both
right?
great films.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really not a bad decision.
it's funny that both of these are dramas, but they have so much humor in them. So I mean, if you go see Sunset Boulevard in a theater on a big screen, you will laugh in places you didn't think were funny. You know, when she talks about doing salome, she dances 7 nails and slices his head off, kissing his cold dead lips. They'll love it in Pomona. They'll love it every place. Like, they'll love it. Pomona just kills me. You know, now to milk and wait till I'm good and ready. 3 days later, she was good and ready.
Steven, what are you picking, my friend?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the tie. If Barbara Streisand and Kate Hepburn can tie, I can tie with this.
Okay.
To me, they're just too perfect.
I'll give you that. I'll allow that. Just for reference, IMDb does give Sunset Boulevard an 8.4 and All About Eve an 8.2. So it is pretty close. Like we were pretty accurate in that regard. But well, let us know in the comments, guys, who do you think deserved to win? But now we're going to move on to my other favorite part of the episode is where we get to find out what our movie is going to be next week. So let me share my screen.
What's up, Doc?
Come on, another good movie.
While we're doing this, one thing I did want to just bring up. One thing that I think is interesting, I just want to bring this up, and it may not even be relevant, but I just want to bring it up. I can't help but notice that her name is Eve, and and Adam and Eve, and I just can't help but think because to me, I think there is some similarities with Eve, and here's why I say that is because I had it pulled up because I wanted to make sure I was saying it right because give me a second because I've been fumbling my words today because of my medicine, but to me both Eves in the Bible and in this movie are similar in the same archetype of woman who they are initiating a fall from grace. They are tempting others, and then they are disrupting an established paradise, or in this case, stardom. So I just kind of wondered, like, if the original author of the playwright or whatever was he a Christian maybe, or did he have just think about Eve and just like that may be me totally looking into it, but I just thought that was just a neat coincidence, kind of. I just want to throw that out there.
No,
and it may not be. It may totally be a coincidence that her name's Eve, but why couldn't it be like
Phoebe is a biblical name as well?
Say it again.
Phoebe is a name in the Bible as well.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I don't know about
not as
prominent, obviously. Prominent. I know Addison's not. We can eliminate that one, but just something, just something to kind of see what y'all guys think. Can you guys see my screen, by the way?
I sure can.
Yeah. Can. All right, here we go.
This is an interesting take.
Big bucks, no whammies, and
next week we are watching Silence of the Lambs. Yes. Oh. We dodged a bullet because Crash was right beside it.
Oh, God. I thought it was going to be Sweet Smell of Success. I was like, oh, that's going to be good.
I've seen this. I assume James has seen it. Steven, I will guess you haven't seen this, have you? Or have you?
I've seen it. Oh, I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater, I believe.
Nice.
I have so much fun stuff to bring for that movie next week. I am so excited for this.
Who's bringing the fava beans?
The nice Chianti.
I got the liver, so I'll bring that,
I got the Chianti.
But anyway, guys, I appreciate both of y'all. I appreciate both of you guys helping me out this week. Like I said, it's been a struggle. And if you guys have made this far, I will thank you. If you guys have made this far in the movie or in the reaction, or I'm sorry, in the podcast, please do consider liking, subscribing, if anything for me, since I'm not feeling very good. And until next time, this is the Chicago Cinephiles podcast. Signing out.
Bye.